I'm Sarah. I wanted to share you my story that I went through from December 2015. Prior to December, I was a very active person. I worked as a massage therapist. I went to the gym on it regularly. I took care of my family. I was working 5, maybe 6 days a week. So I was very, very active. On December 4th, I went to work. It was a normal day. Everything seemed fine. I had some little health issues prior, but nothing that would have set me up for what I went through. A co-worker noticed that my right side of my face was swollen, and due to things that were going on in the previous month, we decided to go ahead and call my doctors. My doctors had me go to the emergency room just to make sure I wasn't having a stroke or anything like that. I went home, met with my family, and we went to the hospital. By the time I was talking to the doctors, we've noticed that the right side of my face was starting to droop. We thought it was Bell's palsy, and it would go away within 4 to 8 weeks, depending on the severity. Went home, everything was fine. We were doing everything that the doctors were recommending us to do, and then things went downhill. I went from being a pretty healthy person with a couple of things that were not too serious on my health, but allow me to be active as I was, just be more aware of what was going on. So I went from that to my left side of my face started to droop, to my muscles starting to fight against me, lifting up my hands, my arms, lifting up my legs. I was in the hospital 3 to 4 times. On the last time that I went to the hospital, I was barely walking. We decided that we were going to go to a different hospital because they were just saying it was Bell's palsy, then not Bell's palsy, going back and forth, and we weren't getting no straight answers. Or they couldn't just admit that they weren't sure on what it was. And that would have been okay. If you're not sure on what something is, okay, that's fine. Let's research it. Let's do tests to make sure. I did 3 CAT scans and 2 MRIs. We decided that we were going to go to a hospital in Boston, and they told me that it wasn't Bell's palsy. It was due to the fact that the drooping wasn't actually a droop. They explained that drooping causes the muscles to droop, and there's no muscle tone. And my muscles had tone. It was just the fact that it was fighting against me and doing whatever it wanted to do when it wanted to do it. It went from, like I said, the right side of my mouth to the left side. My right eye closed on its own, and I couldn't open it until the muscles had relaxed. Couldn't walk without any assistance. I started stuttering, and it was very hard for me to get any type of words out, never mind a sentence. My arms, when I lift them over my head, my whole entire body would start talking. Same thing with my legs, or different movements that I would make with my feet, my ankles, any part of the body. My muscles were constantly going in contraction and relaxing on whenever they wanted to. What they said is that my neuromuscular system was being attacked. I could do a movement, but it was delayed. or the muscles were fighting against that particular motion. It was scary. I mean, it was frightening. They said that they believe it was a virus. What type of virus? They're not sure on what type of virus. According to the doctors in Boston, they told me that they got they're very advanced in medical science, but they're not that advanced. They still have things that they're not quite sure about. The body's so complex that sometimes things happen that are just not explained. And that the symptoms that I was having was gonna probably last until the virus season's over, which in this case it pretty much has. I still have some of my symptoms, just not as bad or as much. I still get twitches here and there in the legs. Sometimes I get pulling of a certain muscle. My face still goes from one side to the other. And there is no control over it or when it's going to be coming back to be normal. I couldn't smile. I at least now have at least a good half of a smile. I still can't fully lift my arms over my head without some type of resistance from the other muscles and my body trying to talk. It's almost like I had to retrain my body on how to work properly. We may never find out what the cause were or how it happened or why it happened. These are things that even the doctor said, sometimes things just go unexplained. Luckily, I have a very loving family and was able to keep me positive. I have a wonderful career, and my coworkers, as well as my boss, has been very supportive and wonderful, and they've all been worried about me and there for me if I needed to talk or I needed anything. And I appreciate every single moment of everyone just being there and supporting me through the times that I needed it. It's a tough thing to go into a depression on these type of situations. There were times where I didn't want to get up. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to follow the PT instructions for their exercises. But I had to push myself, and I knew I did. I knew if I didn't push myself or went into a depression, I probably wouldn't be almost back to normal state as I am. I am now back into the gym. I am going back to work in about a week and a half. I can't wait. I love my job. I finally be able to, go out with my children to do things with them. And just have a life without worrying about, if this muscle's going to do that or that muscle's going to do this. For a month and a half, I was with a walker. I am 33 years old and I was walking with a walker. And like I said, prior to this, I was a normal 33-year-old just doing what she was supposed to be doing, taking care of herself and working and taking care of her family. And then that was just all taken away so quickly. Gradually but quickly. It was from one day I was okay to the next something going on to the next day it was getting worse and worse. I am now in close to April and I'm just starting to feel at least some normalcy. I still have sensation changes, especially on the right side. My right side was a little bit worse than the left side. I did about 3 to 4 months of PT, 2 months of OT, and it was a struggle. And it was hard work, but with me being able to laugh, kind of make jokes about what I was going through, kind of helped me out. Even though we don't know what this is, we can just move on from it. We're not sure if it will ever return, what triggered it, what I can avoid to avoid it triggering again. This might be just a one-time thing, which that's what we're hoping for. Whether or not it returns or not, at least we know now what the signs are, and maybe, you know, we'll get more answers on what this actually is and how we can prevent it from it farther and never happen again. I don't know if I ever will receive my full sensations back, or be able to have a regular smile again. We don't know. We don't know if I'm going to still, you know, constantly having these twitches that I get, but at least we have knowledge that we're going to, you know, that I can move forward and get better. A lot of people don't get that, and luckily I did. But the reason why I wanted to do this little video is to give some people some hope that are going through something similar than what I went through, or is going through a tough time, either medically, mentally, anything, that, you know, there's still light at the end of the tunnel. Is on how you perceive things. How positive you are. Set goals for yourself. That's what I did, you know. As I starting to see signs of improvement, I, you know, set a goal to not walk with a cane, or not walk with a walker, for, you know, after so many days, or not walk with a cane, you know, have completely be able to walk on my own without any assistance. By this week, we set a goal for me to get back to work around April 1st. And I have achieved those goals. Now it's time to set new goals on how to keep myself healthy. You know, we didn't even set a goal for when I can actually go back to the gym, but with my progress, the PT decided that I can go ahead and, you know, use the gym as my exercises to get those muscles back into movement. It's almost like I had to retrain myself, retrain my body, how to communicate with my brain to make a certain movement or to do a certain thing. As simple as talking without stuttering, or walking without any type of assistance. I had to retrain myself. It was a scary experience, and it's still scary, because we don't know what this is. We don't know anything about what type of virus, or even if it is a virus. This is just a doctor saying you have a virus. We ran 3 CAT scans, a couple of MRIs, a bunch of blood work, and nothing comes up on them that says that this is what you have. So the treatment plans were kind of, you know, let's try this and let's try that, because they didn't know what type of treatment plans to give. If you have something that can't be explained, it happens. I mean, the medical fields are advanced, but they're not that advanced. They're, you know, your body does miraculous things. And learning, when I went through massage school, and was learning about the body and the muscles and their functions and movements and everything, I've learned that our body tries to heal itself. Because that's what we're made to do is try to heal itself, and sometimes we need that assistance to help it move along, and sometimes your body doesn't know how to heal itself, and that happens. There's a lot of illnesses and diseases that the body can't heal itself from, and it needs that extra push to, get better, or not, or it sometimes doesn't work. It's trying to make sure that you stay positive is a real biggie. Because if I wasn't positive, and if I didn't have the love and support that I had, I don't think I would be this far this quickly. Like I said, it's so easy for someone to just go into a depression and give up, because everything was just pretty much taken away, and I had to fight to get it back. And it's so easy for someone to go downwards from that. I have learned how to be humbled. I've learned about myself on how strong I can actually be if I put my mind to it, and to fight with my body. And I've learned a lot about myself, definitely, and learned a lot about people that are there for me, even though I would never think that they would be, and they were. You really find out who is there to be there for you. And that's why it's so important to be there for the other people in your life. So if you go through something, as I did, you'll have that support. To get respect, you need to give respect. And that's the same thing with support. You got to support to get the support. It was a long road. And it took a while. These last couple of weeks is the weeks that I've really shown a lot of improvements. I still get, like I said, some twitches. Sometimes my face will do whatever it wants to do, especially around the mouth area. I still can't get complete control of it. I still have a hard time smiling or keeping a smile. I have at least a half of a smile. And I wouldn't say it was a bad experience, but I wouldn't say it was a good experience. But it was something that I was able to learn from. And I hope that this video can help someone that is going through something similar, or someone that needs some inspiration on the way things are going in their life. Because, losing control of your body is is a situation where you don't want to be in. In life, it's tough to control situations around you, never mind losing control of your body. It's a very scary thing, but as long as people keep positive and laugh and at least try to smile, that experience of you getting better, or keeping your spirits up, is very important for a recovery like that. Because it's so easy just to give up. It's easier to give up than to fight for your, what you had. Going from completely normal, or as normal as can be, to almost have to have everybody else around you fend for you. it's a very tough thing to handle. And you learn how to be humble. You learn how to be strong. And it's all it is. I feel that it is just a learning experience that I needed to have to go on in my life and to help guide my children to be strong and healthy and how to be positive. Because if you're negative all the time, that's going to eat you up inside, mentally, physically. The mind is just an amazing what it does when you're in that depression. What things can what things can be a sign of depression, how it affects you, and how it affects your body. And by people that get ill or have a situation, getting into that depression can make it that much worse. It's not the worst situation, and it's not the best situation that I was in. But because of my positivity, because I was able to laugh at the situation, I was able to pull out of whatever caused it. Whether or not, if it's a virus or not, it's something that the doctors have to diagnose, and I don't know if I ever will get one. And that can, I'm the type of person that needs to know what's wrong with me and what's going on and how I can help myself. I need to research it and figure it out. And not being able to know what it is, on how to treat it, how to, what's the outcome of everything about it, is, just as bad as losing control of the functions that I lost. Because you just don't know. But I'm going to continue being positive. I am going to continue to push forward. I am going to push past my limitations that my body has created on me, to push myself that much further in my career and in my life. I'm back to being a mother. I'm back to being a wife. I'm back to the gym. Today was my very first day, and I feel completely wonderful. Little twitches here and there because those muscles are pretty much not used to me making them work out, rather than working out themselves. Like I said, a week and a half, I go back to work, and I cannot wait. And I'm sure most of my clients are going nuts not having me there, but I will be back, and I cannot wait. I love my job. I love my family, and I love the support that everyone surrounded me with. But even if you don't have those things in your life like I do, I think that actually gave me the extra push. But even if you don't have that in your life, people that support you or surround you with love, it's gonna be a lot tougher, but stay positive. You need to definitely keep positive. I thank you for watching this video. I hope I was able to help someone, or have someone understand the situation that I was in, that knows me personally, that was worrying and didn't understand what was going on. I know Facebook posts are pretty much, or Twitter is pretty much words that people they can come up with their own conclusion, and they don't quite know the situation. And that's another reason why I wanted to make this video, so that way I make it clear on what exactly happened, and why I went through it. Why I went through it, I don't have a clue. It's just one of those mysteries that probably will always go answered. But I'm okay. I am getting better. Each day I feel stronger. I feel more energized. I'm ready to go. You know, my life is getting back on track. And I hope to continue that track. Thank you again. Please don't be afraid to make a comment. And everyone, just please stay healthy, positive, inspire people. You know, doing things for others sometimes can be an award, even though you're not getting anything out of it. It's just an award for yourself, and it shows others that just because someone's doing something for you, you don't need to give them something in return, but also that can inspire them to help someone that's in need, and just be there for each other. Thank you.